Hello. Hi.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Good, good. Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, and I'm from South Dakota. So I don't know if you ever have a student from South Dakota,
Yeah,
but
yes, we have. Uh-huh.
okay, yeah, yeah. I find you on YouTube, and I'm studying on exam effect, and I've been trying it. Like actually, I went in 2 times and I failed. Like like the first one was not even I did not even try to read. I was ignoring. I thought it was something easy. So I went in there and I failed totally. So the second one I come and sit and I read, you know, and then I go in there and I fail again like 56%, and then I was like, oh hell no. So I came back and I I just find your YouTube channel and I've been watching it and listening to it, and I was like, okay, this could be something that can help me a little bit because English is my second language.
Yes.
So sometimes I don't understand the deeply word. Like when I go in for the test, I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready, and when I go in for the test, um, I will totally forget everything like an easy definition. I will forget it and I will be like, I know it, I know it, I know it, and I can't even remember.
Okay.
So this has been bothering me a lot, and I was like, okay, maybe Melissa can help me. What can I do to prove myself or to make it better to me?
Yeah.
Second to it, like the
Okay.
the practice test, if I do it, and I get it wrong and I corrected it, and then if I come back tomorrow again and like do the practice test, whatever I put wrong yesterday, I will be confidently the same the same answer that I picked yesterday was wrong, and I will be like fighting to myself, this is right, and then I put it again, but I corrected it yesterday. So and then when I come across it again, I will be like, choose my answer, the wrong answer before. So it's something that I don't know how to work out, but that's my struggle. Thank you.
Okay. You just started watching my YouTube videos since your last fail, is that correct?
Yes, yes,
Okay. So you failed twice, then you found me, and now you're watching
yes,
my YouTube videos.
yes. I found you before I tried for a second fail, but I was like, oh, okay, let me deal with my exam effect, and then when I failed for the second time, I was like, okay, let me try to focus on this YouTube of Melissa, and then I watch your YouTube, I watch it, like, and then I go ahead and purchase the goal. So and I'm studying on goal right now, so which is make it better, but I am still scared. Like I feel like I'm ready to go, but on my mind, I feel like, okay, what about the system that when I get into the exam station, thing will be like going different way, like
Okay. So one of the things, so big thing is yes, language can definitely be a big barrier to being able to pass because the
yes,
exam, the way they write the questions and stuff is just not friendly to English as a second language or third, fourth, whatever language it is for you, right? If your first language is not English and you haven't gone to English school, it can be hard and difficult with even a normal person who has gone to an American schools for so long struggle with being able to read these questions. It's just extra worse if your first language is not English. Now, I personally have been a school teacher in Arizona where the majority of my children spoke Spanish as their first language. And so I am familiar with teaching people like even like when I talk, do you see how much my lips move and how I emphasize my words? I'm doing that because it actually helps people who don't speak English as their first language because when you see my mouth move and the way that I emphasize what it is that I say and the way that I use my hands, it's all part of being able to help people who do not speak English as their first language. So one, I want to provide you some comfort that since your last fail, now you have gold. Now you're watching the videos that as you go through the videos, they're going to help you significantly. And I want to make sure that you're, watch the videos, watch them more than once. Also write all the notes as I'm writing, write the notes. Okay. So do that to help you. The other piece of information that I want to give you, when you said, I feel like I know it, and then I sit down and I lose it, or something happens, I choose the wrong answer, whatever. You have to understand that fear in our bodies, and this is true for everybody, if you have any type of fear that you're struggling with, is fear in our bodies, in our minds, like fear, how do I explain this? As humans, we have not been upgraded in a while. So what I mean by that is fear in our bodies to us feels like a tiger is going to eat us. So go back to the days when we were like caveman status and we were living out in the wilderness and we didn't have houses and we didn't have guns and we were just up to the wilderness. Fear in our bodies registered as we are going to be eaten and we are going to be devoured by this tiger. So when you go to sit down to take the exam and you have fear about failing, your body is registering that fear as a tiger is going to eat me. Basically, you go into, I am about to die, or I am about to potentially die. That's the kind of fear that is swirling in your body, and it's releasing endorphin, it's releasing adrenaline, it's releasing the cortisol, because your body is like, any fear that we feel, even if it's like something little, like I'm going to drop my phone and crack it. Like, yeah, there's a fear around there. Yes, there's money that I'm going to have to spend, but is it life or death? No, absolutely not. But we feel life or death. That's how fear registers in our bodies. So it is very important that you calm your heart down when you sit down to take the exam. And so the next time you go to sit and take the exam, and you should practice this every time you sit down to study so that you can clear your mind. Because if you sit down with fear when you go to study, you're not going to be able to remember much. And if you sit down with fear when you go to take the exam, your brain is not going to be able to recall much. So every time you sit down to study, I want you to do a breathing exercise where you calm your heart down and you do some deep breaths and you let your body know that we are safe. No tiger is coming to eat us. We are not in a life or death situation. We're simply clicking around on a computer. We're clicking in some A, B's, or C's. No one is dying. So you need to be able to breathe, bring your heart down, bring your stress down, bring your adrenaline down, bring the cortisol down, and just take some breaths. So I would do like big, deep breaths, and you can Google and find some like breathing methods, like how to stop the anxious thoughts, or, how to calm my heart down, or, how to feel grounded, peaceful, whatever, resonates for you. But even just putting your hand on your heart, putting one hand on your belly, even as simple as that, just some deep, three to four deep breaths, or breathe in for like, there's even a method, like, I think it's like 4, 6, 8, like breathe in for 4, hold for 6, let out for 8, whatever, something like that. You've got to calm your heart down so that you're not in panic mode when you sit down. Because if you sit down to take the exam, and that's why all the answers leave your head, because your body says there's a tiger coming to eat us, and it doesn't want the head to analyze it. It wants the body to run. And so the head loses everything, every thought you had, everything you memorized, it's not available to you because the fear overrides it. And so that's why you can't access the information that you studied so hard for to put into your brain. So do some deep breathing as you sit down before you take your test. So 1, watch all the gold videos, take all the notes, watch them on repeat since English is not your first language. Every time you sit down to study, do a breathing exercise so that you feel calm, and then make sure you do the breathing exercise when you sit down to take the test. How does that feel? Do you have any questions?
Oh, thank you so much. This feel better, like exactly. That's what I can try next time. And yeah, see how it goes. But
Perfect. And the other,
otherwise, the
go
goal is
ahead.
helping a lot though. Yeah.
Yes, and it should. Yes. And if you already feel like you know the knowledge, It's probably the struggle of being able to read the questions and understand what they're asking, especially if you've been studying. Who are you using? Kaplan, ExamFX, ExamFX.
Exam effect. Hmm.
Yes. So they ask their questions a little bit harder than what you'll see on the state exam. But if you're familiar with that, and then you go read different questions that are worded a little bit differently, you can struggle a little bit. So once you hear me talking about it, the way I talk about it, the way I emphasize my words, it's I feel like it's really going to be a big difference for you. So breathe, calm your heart down, focus on gold. Another thing you can do is called like a scent anchor. Like if you have like your favorite smell, lavender is really good for keeping you calm. So like you can, when you go to take, if you can get some lavender and you wear a shirt when you go to take the test, put some lavender on your shirt so that when you're sitting there, you can breathe
Okay.
in some lavender to calm yourself down so that you can stay all the knowledge is in there. Like you said, you feel like you've got it. It's in the brain. It's
Yeah.
your fear that
Hmm.
pops up that prevents you from being able to access it. So if you can smell lavender, take some deep breaths, bring you back to center, you can access that knowledge that's in your brain.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yep. Perfect. Okay.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Brittany. I'm sending you all the loves and all the vibes. Or Sarah, all the loves, all the vibes to pass the exam. Or who is it? Wait, yeah, Sarah, right? For some reason, I'm not seeing your
Yes.
name.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is Sarah.
All right. Brittany's next. So that's why I said her name. But for some reason, your thing disappeared for me, but whatever. Okay. Thank you.